Good morning, everybody. My name is Ose. This is Saturday morning Farm Sim 17 on Lawfolds, Aberdeenshire. As you can see, we've got 527 hours played so far on this playthrough. And let's get started. Now, last week when we left off, we were just assembling the fertilizer tanks on our large field in order to plough in the what is it? The oilseed radish. But we are working between rainstorms, so we'll see what's what when we get started. Okay, so in here I went over to the BGA, loaded this up with Digestate. We've got Digestate tank there that's full, and over here we got the tractor with the slurry tank and cultivator on the back. I'm going to go over here and chainsaw some oilseed radish. No, we're going to check. Still 44% moisture. Yeah, maybe we'll go with that. And our new tractor, which didn't start. Okay, what's going on here? Bear with me a sec. I may have settings wrong. Hi, God of Thunder. How you doing this morning? Hey. Looks like my problems this week have messed up the setup. Yes, it has. It hasn't. Oh, yes, it has. Okay. Okay, that's better. 8 axes on that one, and no, it's not. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll see what happens. I may be resorting to a bunch of keyboard controls this morning rather than steering wheel controls. I'm hoping resetting the equipment works. Can test it with that. Hang on. Okay, this is looking like I'm having issues. That worked. Nope. However, engine start doesn't work. And the wheel doesn't work either. Oh, this is a pain. Side panel is working, wheel is not working. I really need the wheel to work this, because I don't have any other controllers. So, let's try again. Yes, I do. I'm sorry about this. So, let's start off with that. So, side panel's unlocked, unplugged. Okay, so hopefully that saved the steering wheel as number one. Play with the options and we'll make sure. Right, okay. Axis 1, axis 2. We'll go with that for now, and then I will plug the side panel back in. Yeah, I don't have the Xbox 2 option. No, it's okay. This is forcing a reboot of the game, so it should detect both of them, and hopefully it'll detect the G29 as the first device. No. Options, that's the one. That doesn't look good. That's supposed to be the primary. Oh, it could also be that I don't have the gaming software loaded. That works. I can get in the vehicle, but the steering wheel isn't working. Okay. Bear with me. I am going to... The screen will go dark. I will try and reload the G29 driver software, see if that's the issue. I know Farm Sim 19 does work with the steering wheel pretty much as is. You don't need the G29 drivers. I'm thinking I might do for this one. Lobby is up, Skype is up, Logitech. Okay.
Good blue! Good blue!
That's there. Oh, that's probably the problem. If Farming Sim 15 is listed, Farming Sim 19 is not.
Nothing.
So... Quit messing with that!
Don't you
What did I just say?
powder? Stop messing.
Exactly. We could use the default profile. Okay. That's done. I'll try and boot that up again once. I guess I'm still 12 minutes early for the stream, so it's not completely disastrous.
No, shh.
Static on. Okay, we'll try that.
I'm trying to figure out. See? It's you. See what I mean?
Hi, I'm Montgomery. How you doing? Having a little bit of problems with the
See what I
steering
mean?
wheel setup.
Hey, music. Yeah,
And it's still not working. Okay, this is going to be a pain in the butt. Big time. Because I absolutely suck at keyboard steering. Well, I might as well unmount the steering wheel because that's completely useless today.
I don't like it.
I am going to be doing a lot of GPS and well, a lot of GPS driving today, I think, and helper driving. So let's pull up the GPS here because there's no way I'm going to line this up automatically. Oh, I do not want you turned that way. Seriously, you're going to do that? No. Okay. Tank there, unfold. That is not a 12 no way is that 12.4 width. I believe this is something that we have issues identify the working width. The working width should be 6.2. So we are going to have fun with how to set up GPS. So using that button, I'm reducing the working width to 6. One more, there we go. So now I'm working with 6, no offset, And we need to line the red line up with the left side of the field like that. GPS is on, that's all on. We need to lower that and go. And we are using up slurry already. So what I am going to do with this is I'm going to put it on automatic reverse. First turn to the right. So in difference to times I've used this before, when it gets close to the end of the field and you get the chirp, the tractor is automatically going to turn around. You need to turn that down. So, good morning, Pi. How you doing? And I did not get this lined up to the edge of the field. That's a problem. It normally defaults to a 0-180 or 270-90 direction. Looks like because it started at about 30 degrees and I had to manually rotate it. It's not quite on a dead north track. So we're fertilising the edge of the field. And turn. So that looks like it skipped 2 rows before it turned around. This tractor doesn't have a good turn radius. So normally I'd work it on 12 metre equipment, which does allow it to do successive rows. But this equipment's only 6 metre wide, so we're not going to get that done. Leave it on. No, it doesn't do it on its own. No, you had to already. Say hello.
Yeah.
Okay. So from today we now have 2 foster kids in the house. And you will hear them chattering away in the background every so often. One has gone to hide. One has gone to raid the fridge. Stay out of the fridge, put that back. Later. Later. So anyway, I'm going to put that on a worker for now. And actually that turn was only 1 width. Okay, whatever. We are going to
All the boxes on. Dad,
What?
all the boxes on.
If the box is empty, you can throw the box away.
Okay.
I'm going to relocate this equipment very carefully. Like I said, not good driving without the steering wheel. It's amazing what you get used to. We have 7 miles an hour set on cruise. I'll run it up to about 10. We have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. this is going to be a little bit of a problem because I would like, well, not necessarily. I am probably not going to get to the end of fall today since I don't have the steering wheel, and I'm going to have to do a lot of work the rest of today trying to figure out how to get it reconfigured. As such, I might stream some Lawfolds tomorrow. I know that Farm Sim 19 is working with the steering wheel configured as is. Oh, I'm running out of diesel. It's going to be a problem. Oh, it's okay, I do have a fuel tank. I can do in-field refueling, so it's not a complete disaster. We're still first day of fall, so nothing too desperate right now. But the plan is we're going to mow this field when it dries out, bale it up to silage bales, and then we can take those off to the BGA in preparation for selling them. We've already got a whole stack of bales at the BGA ready to sell, but unfortunately I don't have any capacity in the BGA tank to sell them.
Dad, I opened another one back up.
Okay.
So we could eat one.
How's the diesel on that? Okay, diesel on that is fine. Help us see has completed the task. I don't think he has. In fact, I'm pretty sure he hasn't. So we'll tab over here to him. I'll stop here. We'll tab over to him and get him. Oh, yeah, maybe he did. He turned the wrong way. We'll drive across the oilseed radish, turn around. Ugh.
What? Did you say that?
Pull that forward to there, and then turn on the helper again, and that should just pick up and do those 2 rows. We're then going to have to reposition for the next row. Why isn't... Oh, I know why he isn't. Oh, he's drawing directly from the BGA slurry tank, so I don't have to use... Okay. I'm actually going to let that run. We'll assume while he's doing that work, he's refilling from these things, and every so often the truck is going to drive down to the BGA and reload. So I don't have a problem with him doing a refill direct from the BGA, because I'm not in a position to do the resupply quickly because I don't have a steering wheel running. So yes, I went into Farm Sim 19 yesterday and did a little bit of work on my Ravenport farm, just as a let's try it out and see make sure everything was working. I should have done Farm Sim 17 test at the same time. I didn't.
Dad, can I have a candy too?
Not right now.
How this one?
It's on. See that red light?
Oh.
That says it's on, and you're talking to lots of people. Are you going to say hi? No? Okay.
What these buttons?
Those buttons do different things for my tractors.
Huh.
You need to leave that alone though. Unless you can get it to work. There we go. So yes, I did. What's it? I was installing some software, and I somehow managed to completely disable one of the install folders in the library, on my hard drive, and stuff stopped working, so I had to do a system restore. And I did the system restore. I restored all my games and all the drivers and everything, and for some reason stuff's not working properly. Is it me, or is that tractor still running in front of us? Or is that? I don't hear it. No, that one's fine. Okay.
Don't touch mine.
We now need to find this one. Drop that to about 15. Let's drive a bit quicker.
Hold on. Look. It's right there. Yeah, but it's not. Holy look. What?
So yeah, once we've mowed that bottom field, I'm going to be ploughing that in with the new field we bought at the very far end of the farm. And turning that into a grass field that I can fertilise, which means the yield will almost double, pretty much double.
Okay, let me see.
And that's going to make
I'm gonna look.
a big difference over the long run. So it's kind of, and going back to the slurry thing, it's kind of handy that the slurry tanks are on the field, because when I have to go back and tidy up the edges, I'm going to be draining slurry directly from the tank, and I will need to resupply from the on-field tanks.
You like glue? Yeah. But you can't keep it. Okay.
Now this field to our right, I'm thinking of planting corn in that one, and that will be a silage harvest. Okay, that tractor has about 50% load, so we're good for that one. I'll take this one up to the main yard, refuel it. There's probably enough in there for now. So I can jump over here. Here's our reasonably well stacked pile of silage, and this tank should be going down fairly quickly. Okay, it's not going down interactively. No, it's not going down at all. Oh, did the worker finish again? Yes, the worker finished again. Dude, what the heck are you doing? How did you end up there? I think that's part of the problem. There used to be a break in the field right where the entrance to the gate is, and this used to be 2 fields at this point. And I'm thinking that probably what happened was when I joined them together, the worker doesn't have a good time with fields that are very odd shapes. Let's do that. This is... oh yes. And we will line up the tractor there. And then go help her. Here we see, because of the angle we originally set the GPS, this is probably going to leave a strip on the left. Down to 11,000 in that tank. Okay, we're going to jump out and run away. Jump to here. And go and check the silage drain. Or the digestate drain. Over on the right. Yes. Okay, that's dropping down in steps. Good. So if I go back to... oops, excuse me a second.
What's that?
That was Marmee. Okay, I was going... darn, I jumped too far. I was going to go to there. And we're mostly done here. So let's go back down. Ah, we can do this end of the field, can't we? We will turn that on a helper, and that should tidy up at least this bit of the field. And we'll worry about the rest later. But this will save me a lot of toing and throwing in the truck to resupply the field. I was actually planning to resupply the field in the truck and have this on a helper and resupply it every time it ran empty. We're good for now. So the other thing I want to do today is get rid of this thing, because frankly it's horrible. It's kind of useful, and I'll show you why. See, when you unfold it, and the problem is it's skating, the back end is skating around. So you've got this collection trailer on the back, and the pipe pumps your chaff into there, and on this side you have a conveyor belt which you can unload into a truck, which is very useful. I can stick this on a worker and it can run around and do the corn silage while I'm running the silage out and putting it somewhere. And primarily, since this is a solo farm, it's kind of what I need to do. Because obviously I don't have... Oh, I don't need the thing on the front. We'll park the thing on the front here. So, conceptually, it's incredibly useful. Function or mod-wise, not so much. So I'm going to take this back to the store, and we're going to buy a regular one. And hopefully, I've got the Platinum expansion installed, and we can use the what's it? Sugar cane harvest wagons as high-tip wagons that we can haul behind one. I need to be inside the cab and I don't know how to do that. Oh, there we go. But the whole thing is, what I need is for something similar to a regular harvester, where the regular harvester can go up and down the fields and hold what it's harvesting in the back, and I can pull up alongside with a tipper and collect it and take it to somewhere. And unfortunately, and that works for this thing as well. I can just pull up alongside, collect the chaff from the back and go and dump it in a silo. The big problem is because the mod skates around whenever you're close to it, it ends up going through walls, into stuff, pushing other stuff out of the way so that I can't then hitch to it, and it's a misbehaving mod, and so I'm going to get rid of it.
I'm playing Jumpy Day. Harley.
So I really don't know if I selected the Platinum expansion as included on this.
I have a different Jumpy Day. And I have a boy thing.
Purely because I'm not going to be using any of the starter equipment on this farm. I don't want sugar beets, sugar cane. Of course, I am an idiot. I could have just reset this to the store. But, oh well. Gives me something to do while we're letting the workers do their working thing. And that slurry field's going to take that big field's going to take a long time to cultivate over. I'm not sure how much money I'll get for this. And I might end up getting a small... maybe I should have put the header with me. I might get a smaller forager just because... Okay, we're not stopping. Coming through. And it behaves itself reasonably well when I'm driving. It's probably trying to skid, but obviously because we're moving, it's resetting itself every time. Yeah, every time it moves a little bit.
A lot of
I did find the sliding issue on the field as well. When the tank on when the collector on the back is full, and I pull up alongside with a tipper, then the back end would slide out, and I'd have to keep relocating the tipper either closer or further, either to the right or the left as the trailer slides, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Kiddo won't work. Huh? Kiddo won't work.
Yeah. Now the other issue is because the only silo we have on the farm, at the cow farm, is full of silage by about 1 million litres. I don't have anything local to unload the silage into. So what we're going to have to do is take all of the corn silage from now onwards up to the BGA plant. I already have a silo there started up, so it's not like it's a big deal, but we do have to, it will be a long drive to unload everything. But with the silage already at the BGA, that should be a big income. Once the BGA tank is a little bit more empty, I should be able to start selling the silage that's up there. That'll give us a little bit more money, and I might just buy a semi truck and tipper that has sufficient capacity to run straight up to the BGA and back. I probably won't use it for general road traffic. I'll stick with the smaller trucks with the tippers that I've already got. I could buy some bigger tipper frames. So here we are. I'll run this over to the back and we'll sell it, assuming it stays in the sell point. It's going to be like, no, you're not selling me, and skid out. Okay. It's not sliding at the moment. Let's get there and sell it. 359,000. 357,000. I have to repair it first for £53. That's nice. Okay, so we sold that. Shame, as I said, it was a nice piece. As an idea, it was a nice piece of equipment. Functionally, not so much. We probably want this one here, which we have more than enough money to buy, so we'll buy that. We've already got the header, so I don't have to worry about the header. I will check on headers. First time I did a silage harvest was using this thing, and that took ages. So Easy Collect 602, Easy Collect 903. I think that might be the one I've got. It doesn't matter, they're both Krone. What's the working width on that one? That's 6 meters, and that's 9 meters. Well, heck, I'll keep the 9 meter one. So the other thing I need is not here. Okay. I'm going to jump to the tractor in motion, see where we're up to. Okay. So what we will do is we will save, quit, and restart an IT runner tank. To do what exactly? Obviously, what I'm looking for is a tipper to receive the stuff, and there might be some large IT runner tanks. IT runner tippers that I can use for this. So platinum expansion, we need to activate that. And start. And we'll take, yeah, well, no, I'm using AR frame stuff rather than IT runner stuff on this. Everything that's available for the AR frame, all of this stuff, you can get tanks, and I don't know that you can get augers on IT runners, but you can get tippers. So I could do that. But what I'm looking for the prone now is sugarcane harvesting. Something like that, which is 28,000 litres. It's a little bit bigger than my tippers that I have. That's only 20,000, and that's probably tiny. And these are 65,000, but they're also side tip as well, and I don't want a side tipper for out of the field work. I could get this one. Actually, let's go back and check the AR frame equipment and tippers. See, the tipper I have is the Agro Liner, which is 21,000 litres, has a lid. Where that's 25, that's 30, that's kind of, that's also 30. That one is 30 and a half. So see, I could get two of those, and then I could unload, where'd it go, that one? I think that was, oh, that's only 20, that's 28. So I could unload that once into each one and then drive up to the BGA and back. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. I have everything set up to broadcast at 640. But it's, I mean, that's down to Twitch. Twitch controls what I stream at. I don't have an option. I can push it at whatever streaming rate I want. They will broadcast it at what they have available, and I can't change that unless I become a partner. If I make it to partnership, which means I am going to need an average of 100 viewers for every hour that I broadcast, probably more. I have no control over what rate that Twitch broadcasts my videos at. So I can get that. Now the other option is tippers. I could get something like that, or that, or that. That's 59,000. That one's 47. What's that one? That's 60,000. That's unrealistic, but we could get one of those or two of those and use them specifically for transporting chaff, which is an option. I might get two of those. It's a bit big, technically, but I can use it and basically run both trucks. So sugarcane harvesting, we are going to buy that there. Wheel setup standard, wheel setup wide. Oh yes, of course. Farm Sim 19, you can't tell the difference. Let's go wide tyres. What the heck? It's only going to be used on field. Now we have to go and find, oh yeah, now we have to go and find everything and restart the worker. Why are you on? You should not be on. You're using up my stuff. Okay, worker's back there. One more should put me here. So that, yes. course, what I didn't do... Oh, I'm an idiot. Stop jumping around there. What I didn't do was to make sure that the tipper does actually work for chaff. I believe it does. There it is. Yes. One of those two is chaff. So I can run around with this thing on the back and pull a truck alongside to unload it. I need to set up cruise control. Let's go 15. Let's get in the cab and see how many people we can kill on the way back to the farm. Well, I don't know. I've checked everything. And as I said, well, and this has been going on for 2 weeks, so it's not something I've changed. If I was streaming at a higher rate 2 weeks ago and I'm streaming less now, that's not something I changed. Now, maybe I'll have another look at it later. I'm probably not going to run too long on this stream, I must admit, because I have kids to watch. We have 3 more coming, so I need to make sure the house is ready for half a dozen kids for the next 2 days. But we'll at least make some progress. Because the steering wheel's not working either, which is why I'm in cab driving with the keyboard and complaining a lot. But yeah, I might, if I get a chance later, my wife's available to watch the kids. She's out buying stuff for the new kitchen, tiles and flooring.
Daddy.
Well, like I said, there isn't something obvious in OBS that says broadcast at 720, broadcast at 640. It's all of the settings added together that that make up to broadcast. Now I've got it broadcasting full screen, exactly what I see should be being broadcast. How do I tell what the stream is broadcasting at? Or how do you know that I'm broadcasting at a lower stream rate? Must admit, I'm still used to this. Stop and start playing. No, I don't want to report myself. Following 12. Your viewer says source 480. Where do I see that? Let's go to the dashboard and what?
Can I color with the markers?
Yes. Analytics channel. No. Oh, channel. Channel settings. Blah blah blah. Selections, video moderation, video producer, no. Streaming tools, activities, events. Okay, I am not... Settings, no. Settings, isn't it? I can't see anything obvious. Sorry, I'm switching between available, able to see. Don't know what that does. Because as far as it looks on my PC, it looks fairly crisp. But as I said, I'm not sure how to tell what quality I'm seeing at. I'll do some analysis this, as I said, when my wife gets home. She's out at the moment. I have 2 young kids still pushing the boundaries at the moment, so they need to be monitored, and they're not in the room at the moment, so I can talk about them without them hearing. I have to figure out. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I think it might be Twitch related rather than me related. I mean, I've watched some people's streams where it's all very blurry, and it could be the viewer. I don't know. Do you have any other method of viewing? Probably doing maintenance stuff this afternoon, won't be too bad, because the less than 2-year-old baby dude, it doesn't matter if I'm in the middle of something, I can pick him up and keep him happy for short stretches without, interruptions is not a problem. Obviously when I'm streaming, interruptions is a problem. Now the other thing that did change last night, which is one of the reasons I didn't stream, do an early stream. My plan was I would do an early stream and then do the late stream with Arthur. And I spent a couple of hours yesterday evening after I'd finished work setting up the new cable modem, which now means that my download speed is about 2.5 times what it was. I think upload speed is improved by about 50%.
With the TV.
Hang on a sec. I now have an unlimited data plan, so I'm not going to get charged $10 for every 50 gigabytes that I push to the internet or pull from the internet. Which I've been streaming since September last year, and slowly my data usage has been going up. December we peaked over our allotted data, but we get 2 courtesy months where we're allowed to do that before we take action. Not right now, put them back. Stay out of the fridge.
I want one.
Well, not right now.
Not right now. You have to...
So anyway, where was I? So yes, so December we went over our paid for limit, and I figured that's not cute. There we go. It's kind of heavy on the front, but it's 9 meters, so we'll go with that. I need to get out, and we will attempt to back up using the keyboard. So yeah, we went over the limit on December by a tiny amount, but courtesy month, so no big deal there. We then went over on January, and I wanted to go over twice anyway, because they said 2 courtesy months in a year, and I wasn't sure whether that was a calendar year or a 12 consecutive months. So if it was a calendar year, then we'd have reset again in January, and we'd still have had 2 courtesy months. And it didn't reset in January, so I've used up both my courtesy months. Last month we would have been charged an overage of about $50. They did have the option to go, if you pay us $50 up front, then you can go unlimited. So you're then betting that I'm using all the data I used in January every single month from then onwards. Well, guess what? Yes, I am. So there we go. That's our nice new piece of foraging equipment, and we've got $60,000 more than we had into the bargain after selling